Islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Kaanapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Kaanapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit kaanapaliresort.com. That's KAANAPALI resort.com.
To trade I was bound, and many an hour sweet happiness have I spent in that neat little town. A sad misfortune came over me, which caused me to stray from the land.
I kissed the bloody stone. Welcome back here to What's Cooking Today, St. Patty's Day weekend. I'm Michael Horn with Eric Hines.
And, of course, we're being joined by Clodagh Mckenna, all about Clodagh's Irish Kitchen, a modern take on traditional Irish dishes. Clodagh, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Clodagh Mckenna is one of the greats. She's given us tips on how to host a perfect St. Patty's Day. We should tell you a little bit about Clodagh. She is the author of 5 best-selling cookbooks, which include Clodagh's Irish Kitchen, Homemade. She's you've seen her on TV, especially in Ireland. She's on there. She's got shows on there. She's a resident chef on TV3 in Ireland. She's been in the UK. She's been all over the BBC. She mentioned she's here in the States always. Rachel Ray, she just came from. She's been on the NBC's Today Show, the Late Late Show. The list goes on and on and on. She's written for Forbes magazine, Wall Street Journal, USA Today. She's the deal. So, what are we preparing? You just before the break, you whetted our appetite, Clodagh Mckenna, with
the Guinness cake.
The Guinness cake and the soda bread. How do you do this now?
So the soda bread. So for anybody listening who has never made a bread and would maybe like to start making a bread, this is a really foolproof recipe. It's my go-to bread that I make probably about twice a week, and it's the one that I always get my friends making too. My version is called a Clodagh bread, named by one of my friends. And basically,
wait a minute, that's named after you. This is your bread. It's the Clodagh bread.
Yeah, well,
not soda, the Clodagh bread. I like this.
Yeah, Clodagh bread. It's kind of caught on, actually. But what it is 2/3 of it is wholemeal flour, or stone ground flour, and then the other third then is all-purpose flour. Then you put in some baking soda, and then I put in lots of fresh rosemary. You could put in fresh thyme if you want to, or you could just leave it natural the way it is. And then in a jug, then I mix together milk and yogurt together, or you could use buttermilk. And then I mix all of them together, and you just do it with your hand, or you can do it with a fork. And then you don't have to knead it or anything. Actually, in fact, the lighter that you are with the bread, the lighter your bread will be. So it's the complete opposite to yeast breads and sourdoughs, where a lot of people might find them a little bit daunting or complicated to make. This one doesn't need to have any proofing. You just mix it up, and then you just pat it into a round, and then you cross it with a knife. So you slit it down the middle into quarters, into the oven, and it's baked in 45 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to prepare. And actually, it's, if anybody wants the recipe, it's in my book, but I've also done loads of Instagram pictures of the breads, where you can get the recipes up there too, and lots more actually Irish dishes. On Instagram the past 2 weeks, I did a whole countdown to St. Patrick's with all my favorite recipes.
Which book is this? Because you've got a lot of books. Where do we find the recipe?
Yeah, so this, my latest book, which is called Clodagh's Irish Kitchen, basically is a collection of all my favorite Irish recipes that I've developed.
This is
and they're all kind of fresh, new takes on Irish food. Try to make them, very current and tasty and fresh. Like my bread is there, and then I also, everybody's got leftover. When you start making soda bread, you always have leftover pieces of bread, right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
I've this gorgeous. You've got to make this. It's like amazing. It's a soda bread ice cream, and then I put Irish cream liqueur in there, and you don't even need an ice cream maker to make it. So you've got all your crumbs left over from the soda bread. You crumble them up, put a sprinkle of sugar on them, and then you pop it into the oven so they become a little like golden nuggets. And then you make, very simple ice cream base, which is just eggs and milk and a little bit of sugar. You then pop that into a big bowl, and then you put the lovely crispy nuggets in there, a little bit of Irish cream liqueur, mix it up, put it into the freezer, and then you take it out every hour, about 4 times. So for 4 hours, you take it out every hour, and just stir it up so you don't
just
get those
look at it.
crystals
Stir it up.
and
Stir
you've
it
got
up.
ice cream.
Yeah, stir it up and look at it. My mouth's watering with you here. Now everything's in a pot when you're in Ireland, and they have things over there. But the corned beef and cabbage, that's kind of an Americanized thing, am I right? Or do they do that in Ireland as well?
Do you know what? It's funny. It is an Americanized thing. In Ireland, we usually do bacon and cabbage. Actually, I cooked it this morning on Good Day New York here in
There you go.
But the way I do it is I get a piece of, when I'm here and I want to do corned beef and cabbage, I get a piece of brisket, which I cook, and then I glaze it with a lovely whiskey, honey, mustard glaze. Simple, it's a take 3 recipe. Mix them together, glaze it. And then I serve it with creamy, buttery Cookin. And Cookin is one, I'm sure you've heard of Cookin. It's one of the most traditional dishes in Ireland. You basically make it your mashed potato, and then you add a little bit of warm milk, which is a great tip, actually, for anybody doing mashed potato. Warm milk always makes
I love you, Clodagh. What's your website? Where do we get more information? Where do we get the book? What's the website?
So you can get the book up on my site, ClodagMcKenna.com. You can get it on Amazon.
Amazon.com, ClodagMcKenna.com. We love you. Don't be a stranger. Come back for St. Paddy's Day.
This is The Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. The story of Beauty and the Beast is timeless, and now you can see this beloved classic come to life on the big screen with expert costumes and exceptional performances.
Look, a girl.
Yes, I can see it's a girl, you fool.
What if she is the one?
Viewers are also granted several new songs that give even more depth to those characters living under the castle's curse. This PG-rated film is in theaters March 17th. For my full review of Beauty and the Beast, visit mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter @TheMungle.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you'll never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins, plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, Zeblis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.